What's up, guys? It's Chelsea Navy, CXM Marketing, or just Chelsea. In today's video, I want to kind of break down more of what I reviewed yesterday in my 4-step system that I took in landing and signing my first ever client. I got a lot of good feedback in the Discord yesterday, and if you guys aren't in the Discord, make sure you guys join down below. We're in there, always active, chatting, sharing tips and tricks, our big wins, and just having a good time. So yesterday I posted my 4-step system and how I landed my first client, and I kind of wanted to break it down into a 4-part series, getting more in depth with each step. So in today's video, I kind of wanted to go more in depth about step 1. And step 1 was building and establishing your personal brand. Now, there's a few ways you can go about establishing your personal brand. One way is to, of course, have a social media presence, which I feel like is very important. Whether it's on Instagram, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, anywhere socially where people come to gather is where you want to have some sort of social media presence. And with having social media presence, it's very important to have nice, clean, and clear photos to give potential clients and even followers, an idea as to who you are and kind of put a better face to the name. The reason why I feel like it's so important to put a face to the name is because you want to be recognizable. You want people to ensure that trust in you and build that personal one-on-one relationship. For example, anytime you see a check mark, you know it's Nike. Anytime you see that lightning bolt, you know it's Gatorade, because they've established their brand so well that no matter where or like how you see them, you know it's them. So I feel like that's very important too. Another thing with building your social media profile is being sure to have a clean and clear bio. Bios are super, super important. In your bio, you don't want it to be too overwhelming and too miscellaneous. You want to kind of get straight to the point, what you offer and what you can do for the client. So a nice short bio just describing what you do and what services you offer. If you do freelance brand scaling, digital marketing, or even website optimization, make sure you mention that in the bio. Another thing that's really important is to establish your aesthetic. I feel like aesthetics are very, very important, and they're also very different than like what a niche would be. So, for example, like my aesthetic, I'm really into fashion, I'm really into traveling, I'm really into food. I try to post things of that aesthetic on my page. Not only is it good for engagement, but it gives my potential clients a gist into who I am. Essentially, your social media profile is like a first impression, and you always want to leave like a good and positive first impression. So, you want to have nice, clean photos, a nice, clean introductory bio, and you also want to be active. You don't have to post every day, but definitely share content with your followers and with your clients as things are progressing. Show them your big wins, be proud of what you accomplished, and kind of allow people to see like what you all about. I feel like another great thing to have while establishing a personal brand is business cards. A lot of people don't take into consideration the amount of businesses that you run into on a daily basis. If you go to the grocery store, if you go to the craft store, if you go to the mall, if you even go to a restaurant, you're going to a business. And in those businesses, there's bound to be someone that needs your help. So always have your business cards kind of in hand. Make a nice clean business card with, again, like your profile, a nice photo, establish an aesthetic, and just list off a few things that you offer. Here's an example of my business cards. Anywhere I go, I usually try to keep like, 5 or 10 of them in my wallet and just drop them around. If I notice there's like a restaurant, or if I'm driving and see a small business, just popping in and letting them know who I am. I friendly introduce myself and kind of let them know what I have to offer. A business card is also another great impression that you can leave if you don't have the time to really sit down and chat with a business owner. They'll be able to kind of gauge who you are and what you're able to do from them just from your business card. So you want to keep it open, you want to keep it honest, and you want to keep it very, very clean. So really the main intention behind building a personal brand is to just, again, build that connection and build that trust between you and a client or a potential client, or even your followers, those who may admire you and get into what you're doing. You want to have something for people to refer you to kind of get to know you better. Again, if you don't have the time to sit down and explain to every single person what you do. Think of it this way. If you were on the other side and you received an email or a text message or even a phone call from someone offering services, they sound great, they're very professional, but you go to check out their social media profiles or even their website and they lack photos, they lack a following, it's going to kind of be harder for you to put your trust in them, especially when you're potentially going to be spending money with them when they don't have that kind of proof to back them up. So you want to make sure you're not giving people a reason to not entrust and work with you. You want to always see yourself and be yourself as number one and what you can do for your client. Be the one to kind of stand out and differentiate yourself from the rest so that you can land those clients, build their trust, and connect with them on a whole different level. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys for walking with me. Again, remember to join the Discord, follow me on Instagram, and keep up with this series because I'm going to be trying to drop as many gems, tips, and tricks as I possibly can. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video.